Now, there you are. There's a guy watching right now. This is the last time I'm saying this. This is exactly. Is this team not truculent, belligerent, pugnacious, and all that stuff? This is exactly the team he wanted, and Wilson screwed him up. And that's exactly. And look at the way the Leafs are playing. You think Gaborowski or whatever the name, think he hasn't grown a foot? Everybody grows a foot. And then I hear some guys on the radio and TV, why do they have to have Brown, and why do they have to have Orr in the fourth line? You just saw it. These guys now, they've got confidence. They got a walk. They walk cocky and over because you're not going to push them around anymore.
Conversely, the New York Rangers lost Brandon Prust, and that's one guy that used to set the tone.
Absolutely. Anybody ever fooled around anybody at all, and they need it.
Well, I'll let you get rolling here, but you saw something that I also felt when Derek Engelland of Pittsburgh was fighting Colton Orr the other night, and you, I guess, saw it in a Thorburn fight or a couple other fights.
Yeah, there was about 3 others.
Just one example here.
All right, here's the example. Guys should step in a little earlier. Now, they're ready to stay. They want right there. They want them to step in. They should have grabbed them right there. Now, this is when guys get hurt. They're absolutely exhausted now. They should have stepped in there now. You can't let them go like this. And now, the worst part is, watch the guy ask them, one of these here, have you had enough? You don't ever ask these guys if they had enough. They'll never say they had enough. Yeah, see? You can't say that because if he nods, he's got to jump in there. You never say to the fighters, have you had enough? Because if he nods, everybody like me sees he's quit. You never ask the guy, you should jump in, they're letting them go too long. Imagine me saying you shouldn't fight. Okay, go ahead.
We're flying out to Calgary, and you're reminiscing about Dave Semenko and how he was so great for Wayne Gretzky. Now everybody plays their top 3 guys together, and obviously the New York Rangers, John Tortorella has put the money together.
Absolutely, and that's good, except when you go on the road. Let me show you what happens when you have the line of Gaborik. And now, look, watch this here. Grossman hits Gaborik. Nobody does a thing. Not a thing. Watch this here. Hits him, bangs him. Now, you got a hat trick the night before. You know they got orders just to nail him. Nobody gets aside. Nash or Richards, he just skates by. Now, watch. Nolan hits Eberle, but Speed can't fight. But look, he steps in there anyhow. I even admire this guy. He's a Czech. He can't fight, but he stepped in everyhow. That's terrific. When a guy can't fight and he steps in there anyhow and he really got his clock clean, it doesn't matter if you lose or not. At least you got in there and tried and did your best.
They got Hall with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle, so it's going to have to be the D to step in. And yet Vancouver tried with Sedins and Burrows. They had great success.
Great success, Burrows and Sedins, right. Now, just think about this in the playoffs, or 2 years ago, when Egger just ran him and almost killed him, turned around and said, okay, anybody want anything? You saw what happened when they were in the finals against Boston. You remember Marchand grabbing him, knocking them all around. When you are on the road and you don't get the last change, you got to be like Sather. You always had a guy like Semenko. Leave him alone. Wayne had a credit card for about 10 years there. And you people that don't...
Duncan Keith was the worst one. You're right.
Yeah, you don't understand. You got to have... You can see the Leafs. I'm not saying they're going to run away with this game. They could lose it. But you can see they got a swagger.
And that's why Cassian is up on that line?
Well, Cassian, that's why they put Cassian up there. The only thing is he's got 2 goals, and he's got to watch he's not Guy Lafleur, as one of my guys did. So remember what you're there for, eh?
It's funny, Don, and we're all talking about the face-off things that are happening where glove on the puck or violations like that.
Imagine, hold it. Just think about the summer. Listen, we got to come up with a penalty. How about when the guys clear it, they put their hands on, and you get a penalty? I mean, what's the bother with a guy going like that? Absolutely more penalties. Just these guys got to justify their positions. Go ahead.
So dropping the puck, though, is your pick.
All right, now here's me. These linesmen are driving me nuts. Watch this here. We got one. I could show you a whole bunch. All of these had a goal, and they're throwing them out. Look at them. Look at them. Now watch. They drop the puck. Getting carried away. Now watch, this is a goal. There's been 5 goals that these guys throwing guys out and they've cost goals. Watch this one. Watch this one. Bang, bang, in the net. You know, before the games, I remember as a coach, I used to say, now you got this referee, be careful, don't run the guys from behind, be careful. But now you have to talk the linesman. The linesmen have become a star. These guys, and then the worst part is when they get together, and they lecture the guys, just drop the puck. That's your job. Don't try to be a star. We got enough people trying to be stars around here.
The Oilers had 2 violations, so that netted them a penalty. We'll just show you that one.
Now watch this here. Yeah, but look at this. This is the most ridiculous. Just drop the puck, and they got 2 penalties on this one. Watch this here.
Better get going, because nail Yakupov's celebration. I'm sorry to bring it up. I think we're all weary of...
No, I'm not weary of it. No, and look at here it comes, and he gets a penalty again. All right, never mind that.
What a game.
Show the one. And listen, if any time you want to make our highlights at the start, just act like an idiot like this. You'll get in our highlights, okay? Now look at this. Look at this here. Puts it in. And now I want you to watch what happens after quick. Look at, he lays down. Now watch this. You've seen it 100 times. I'm going to talk over it. They go back to, here's the MVP of the National Hockey League. Here's the guy, the best goaltender in the world. He's embarrassed him, laying there like that. I am telling you, LA is going to remember this. They will remember this till the dying day, that you don't do stuff like that. And you know, everybody says to me, yeah, but what about Fleury? Show Fleury. Go ahead, show Fleury. And he was on TV today. Watch this here. All right, I'll tell you about this here game. This was in Edmonton, and he won the game. Now watch him act like an idiot, running around like this. It's nice to be known 20 years later for something.
Also a kid, though, at the time.
I don't care what he is. You don't act like that. Now, let me tell you what happened here. Now they go in the dressing room, and they come back to Calgary, and Calgary runs up a score, 3-0. And Messier goes in the dressing room and says, are we going to lose to these guys with that Fleury acting like that, embarrassing us? We got to go out and win this game. And they went out and won the game. You cannot act like that. When you do that, all you do is turn the guys against you. People are turned against hockey players, people that know.
How do you know Messier said that?
I know. Oh, and I know why, because I should have said it. I talked to Craig Simpson. He was in the dressing room. Don't act like that, kids. You'll be in trouble every time. Not only did he hurt himself, he hurt Edmonton, too.
We'll get Craig to corroborate your story here in the second period in New York. You may think it's cool, but it simmers. Don Cherry in the Coach's Corner on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
What's it?
Coach's Corner on CBC. Brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Why not grab some buds?